Good morning. The sun is rising behind me. It's getting really nice here in Cancun. Today is my last day in Cancun, and I've spent the last week here thinking about all of you, thinking about Grief Inspired, thinking about what I want to do more of in the world. And I wanted to just share with you, I think, a lesson that I'm learning myself that might be useful to you. You know, as we go through our grief, it's so hard. It's so hard. People often don't understand what you're going through. They just don't get it. They tell you to move on. And you shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't have to just move on. But what I've learned is that looking at the big picture of your life is super valuable. And so I've spent time this week looking at the big things and saying, well, what do I want? What do I want for my life? What do I want for my relationship with Mason and my mom and the rest of my family? What do I want for my business? What do I want to be able to help you? And so I want to encourage you to look at the big picture. Sometimes we need to take a step back, and we need to look at our life from a higher level, from a different perspective. Because when we're deep in grief and we're deep in our pain, we're so hyper-focused on ourselves that we can't think about anything else. We're so encompassed with the pain. And so I want you to try to take a step back and look at your life and say, where are things going really well? Where have they gone well prior to my loss? And where are they going well now? And where in your life then are you challenged? Where are things not as ideal? Where are the things that you want to change? Whether it's changing it right now in this moment because you figured out this is something that I really don't want this and I want to change away from it, or this is something I really do want and so I'm going to move toward it. Or maybe it's something in the future when you look at your life and you say, this is something now, given what I know, given what I've experienced, this is what I want to have happen moving forward. So where are the places where you're doing well, where things are going well? And maybe you want to magnify that and have more of that in your life. And then where are the things that you know you need to cut out because they're not good for you? We all have people and situations in our life that, although we love them, or we know them, or we want to be nice because that's the right thing to do, if they are not good for your life, particularly right now as you're grieving, sometimes it's better to let them go. But then there's also people in your life that you should reach out to more, that you should spend more time with. Who are those people? Who are those who you can help? Maybe it's other people on the grief journey. And who are people that you can ask for support from? And that was something I learned. We did an exercise here last night where I'm going to hold this with my other hand if I can. I had to keep my eyes closed for an entire event, and it was probably 35, 40 minutes. I had to keep my eyes closed, and I had to depend on the other people that were in my group. And I realized that I don't like to depend on other people. But there are times in our lives when we have to depend on other people that we need to trust. We need to trust in this situation. We need to trust in what's happening. We need to trust in the people around us that they're going to take care of us. And so you want to have people around you that you can trust. And if the people around you are not people that you can trust, then I want you to look at that too. So stepping back and taking a big picture look at your life, the things that you don't ever want to forget. I was talking to one of my clients was here with us at the resort, which was such a gift, such a gift. And one of the things that he said to me is, I just don't ever want to forget, right? Because I talk so much about let's move forward, let's keep going, let's learn, let's grow, because all of that is so important. But he reminded me that we absolutely don't want to forget. And I don't think that any of us are ever going to forget our loved ones and how special and how important they were. But not forgetting doesn't mean that we can't move forward. So take time to remember. Find ways to remember. Make moments special of the memories that you have. But then also create new ones, and do that in honor of the people that you've lost, in honor of the people who don't get to make new memories. And so when you look at your life and where you're going and where you're headed, are you going to be able to look back on your life and be proud and say, yes, I'm proud of everything that I've done. I lived the life that I wanted to live, the life that God gave me, the life that I have right now. And it's not about looking at what isn't going well necessarily all of the time, right? We tend to beat ourselves up and we feel guilty about things, and maybe we didn't do things in an ideal manner. I do that all the time. But it's where can we improve? Where can we grow? Ooh, sorry. So it's about our growth, and it's about community, and it's about being with other people who understand where you are, and other people who are going to push you to be a better version of yourself, to help you get what you want, to help you find your joy, to find your happiness, right? Because we need our lives to be meaningful. We need a life that's worth living. Because if we don't have a life that's worth living, then what do we have? So that's the concept for today. Take a step back, look at the bigger picture of your life, and just spend some time in contemplation there. And then you can start to write these things down, and you can adjust one at a time. It's a destination, it's a journey where you're headed. If you know where you're headed, you can get there. But sometimes we need to stop and we need to evaluate. And there isn't a better time to stop and evaluate our lives than when we are deep in grief. Because that's when we can understand the things that mean the most to us. And I think it's when we can make our best decisions about things. Because deciding what we want our life to mean and the impact that we want to have and how we want other people to view us, it's an important thing to evaluate periodically, and I think this is a great time to do it. So it's been a fantastic time here in Cancun. I'm excited to get back to my family. I'm excited to leave the scenery here and the view and my friends and all the people I really got to connect to. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for wanting to grow and get through this and to fight for you and for your life. And if you do it for yourself or you do it for your loved one, either way, just keep fighting. Because the process of grief is not an easy one, but it is one we can do, and we can get through it. We can get through it, and we can create anything that we want. Thanks for watching.